to get warmed up. We'll start with 10 power ups. Open up nice and big. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And rock and reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Open up for our twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And our step, feet together. Open up. And 10, good. All right, we're gonna go through 10 more of each of the moves, and today we're gonna work your brain and your voice a little bit as well. So I want you to count out loud with me, but we're only gonna count out loud the even numbers. So the odd numbers, you just do the move, the even number you'll say out loud. So we'll start with our power up. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, good. For our rock, we're gonna count the odd numbers only. So count out loud with me, nice and loud, really project your voice. Rock and reach. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 10, good. All right, go ahead and open up for our twist, and we're gonna count our even numbers this time again. So starting here, we'll twist. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And our step, we'll count our odds, starting with your right foot. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and 10. Good. All right, we'll go ahead and do a couple of stretches here. Right leg out in front. Lean forward till you feel a stretch in the back of the leg. And go ahead and switch. And as we're stretching, a show of hands, if you were able to do your 10 power ups every morning when you got out of bed, raise your hand for me. Good, I'm seeing some participation, that's great. And relax, bring your right leg up towards your chest. Well, if you were unsuccessful at your power ups, the good news is it's a new week and we can try again. And if you were successful, then I'd like you to move on to 10 rocks every morning when you get up. And relax, and let's switch. Good, bring your right arm across and hold. And switch. And relax one more time with the right arm. And one more time with the left. And relax. Rock and reach to the ground. Bring one arm up. And switch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to go through that one more time. This time we're going to count out loud just the even numbers. Here we go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, we're gonna do some sit to stands or forward weight shifts. So we're gonna do 20 of them together. So either in your chair, rock forward and power up, or come all the way up and stand. We're gonna count out loud the odd numbers. Here we go. Up, 1, 3, 5, 7. If you're not counting out loud, join me. 9. We got 10 more to go. 11. 13. 15. 17. 19. Nice job, everybody. Go ahead and grab a sip of water if you need one. And for our next move, you're going to spread your legs apart. And I'd like you to reach down towards your opposite ankle and lift one arm towards the sky. And then you're going to reach down to the other ankle and up. Good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right, go ahead and stand up and we'll do our standing power moves next. Starting with our power ups. We're gonna go through, we're gonna count all of them out loud this time, starting with number 1. 1, 2, 3, really project that voice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And our rock, we'll count them all out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Open for our twist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Feet together and step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're gonna go through them all again. With our power-ups, we're gonna count the evens out loud. Here we go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Our rock, we're gonna count the odds. Here we go. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Good. And our twist, count the evens. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And for our step, we're going to switch it up. We're going to count backwards from 10 out loud. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go through our flow, starting with our power up, ending with our step, come down and power up, and rock. Twist, step, power up, and rock. Twist, step. One more time, power up, and rock. Twist, step. Nice job, everybody. Feel free to grab a sip of water if you need it. And then if you're going to join me on the floor, we'll go ahead and get your mat out. If you're not coming to the floor, then go ahead and have a seat in your chair. We're going to start on the hands and knees here. And what you're going to do, we're going to practice our step in this position. So if you're in the chair, you can do your step in the chair, but we're going to alternate sides like so. All right, here we go, 10 steps. Good, and then we're going to do 10 twists. So I'm going to drop that shoulder down and open up the arm towards the sky. And we're going to do 5 on our right arm and then 5 on our left. So here we go, starting with the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 on the left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. We're gonna do 10 rocks next. So if you're in the chair, you'll do the rock reaching up towards the sky. If you're on the floor with me, we're gonna rock back and then drop the hips forward. And here we go with number 1. Here's number 8, 9, and 10. And last, we have our power up. So join us in your chair. Otherwise, we're gonna come down and power up here on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. If you're on the floor, we're going to go onto your back next. If you're in the chair, you can stay seated, or you can decide to go back to the standing power moves, up to you. We're going to start with our power ups here on your back. Knees can be bent or straight, whatever's more comfortable for you. You're going to dig the elbows into the floor and puff out the chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, we're gonna go through that one more time. This time I'd like you to count just the even numbers out loud. Here we go. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Good. Moving on to our rock, you're gonna rock and reach. Switching sides. We'll count those out loud. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. One more time through. This time we're going to count out loud just the odds. Here we go. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Good. All right, we're going to do our twists next. So rolling onto your side, you're on the floor. And we're going to open up and bring it back together. We're going to do 10 laying on our left side here, and then we'll roll over and do 10 laying on our right side. Here we go. If you can, try to relax your neck and not hold it up in the air. I know it's really hard. Last one. And if you're in your chair, make sure you're doing your twist seated there. All right, we're going to get onto the right side here and do 10 more. Here we go. and 10. All right, back onto your back if you're on the floor. We're gonna do our step, which today we're just gonna take a big step out to the side and back together, alternating sides. All right, we'll start with our right foot and we're gonna count out loud the odds. Here we go. 1, 3, 5, 7. Good. And bring your feet together. We're gonna let your knees fall to one side if you're on the floor. And if you're in the chair, you'll bring your feet together and let your knees kind of drop to the side as well. We're gonna hold this for the count of 10. And bring them back up. And then roll them over to the other side and hold. And back to the middle. We'll let them fall to the right again. And back to the middle and left. Back to the middle and last time to the right. And last time to the left. Good, and back to the middle. Good, with your right leg, if you're on the floor, you're gonna bring it up and across. So you're making a figure 4. Your heel is resting on the top of your knee. And if you're in the chair, I'd like you to do that same thing. And then if you push your leg away from your body, you should feel a stretch in the back of your hip. If you're unable to get to that position, you can just focus on that pulling up towards the chest stretch. Good, and let's switch legs. Good, and relax. If you're on the floor, your left leg's gonna be straight and your right leg is gonna come up towards the opposite shoulder. If you're in the chair, you'll take one leg and try to bring it up towards your opposite shoulder as well. And switch. Good, and relax. We're gonna do that right leg one more time across towards the opposite shoulder. And switch. Good, and relax. Bend both knees for me. We're gonna alternate marching as we bring our hand to our opposite knee. So if you're in the chair, you're gonna do it like this, just like we are on our back here. If you're on your back, I want you to think about keeping a flat back. Don't let your back arch on you. So really keep your core tight. And then we're gonna do 20 of these together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice work, everybody. Good. If you're in the chair, your next move is going to be more of those forward weight shifts. So you're going to reach forward and then come back and power up. If you're on the floor with me, we're going to do bridges. We're going to do 10, where you lift your butt up into the air and then back down. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now on your next set of bridges, you have two choices. The first is to keep doing what we just practiced. The second is when you get up into the bridge to lift one leg and clap underneath and then come down. And then on the next one, you're going to lift and clap on that opposite side. Otherwise, you can keep doing the weight shifts or the normal bridges. Here we go, 10 more. 1, 2, try to keep your core tight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you're on the floor, go ahead and roll over to your side. If you're in your chair, you're going to bring your feet and knees together. In the chair, you're going to open and close both legs at the same time. So you're going to open and close, opening your arms as well. If you're on the floor with me, we're going to lift just the top leg. We're going to do 10 and then switch to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you're in that chair, make sure you're opening both legs and arms. We're going to switch over to our left side here if you're on the floor. And 10 more here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. If you're on the floor with me, we're going to straighten out your right leg and we're going to practice lifting it up into the air. If you're in the chair, I want you to practice kicking that leg straight out, alternating sides, really focusing on squeezing the quad. All right, 10, here we go. And once you have 10, we'll flip over again. And 10 on the other side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. If you're on the floor, we're going to come back to the hands and knees. And if you're in your chair and you're able to stand, I'd like you to stand up and bring your chair in front of you. If you're going to be standing, we're going to do backwards kicks, just like this, hanging onto your chair in front. If you're on the floor, it's going to look more like a donkey kick. So you're going to leave your knee bent and you're going to kick up and down. So we're going to alternate sides and do 10 of those together here. Here we go. 1, 10. I'll give everybody a second to rest and then we're going to do 10 more. Alrighty, when you're ready, 10 more kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. If you're on the floor, go ahead and sit back onto the heels. And you're going to reach your arms forward till you feel a good stretch in your back. If you're standing, go ahead and have a seat in your chair. You're going to spread your legs apart and then reach down towards the floor, arching your back till you feel a stretch. So we'll hold this for about 30 seconds here, wherever is comfortable for you to get a stretch. Good, and then we're going to walk our hands to the right side. So you should feel more of a stretch on the left. And we're going to walk our hands to the left side now. You should feel more of a stretch on the right. Good. We're going to go through each position one more time. Arms out in front. Or if you're in the chair, then just straight down. And over to the right side. And over to the left side. Good, and relax. If you're on the floor, we're coming back up to the hands and knees position. If you're in your chair, you're gonna alternating sides take a step. So you're gonna do step, step. If you're on the floor, we're gonna do a bit of a fire hydrant. So what I mean by that is you're gonna keep your core tight. You're gonna lift your leg out towards the side with the knee bent, up and down. So we're gonna shoot for 20 of those steps if you're in the chair, or if you're on the floor, it'll be 10 fire hydrants on the right and then 10 on the left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And let's switch over to the left. Good. All right, we're going to go through that one more time. Moving on to the right side again, if you're on the floor, alternating sides for the step. If you're in the chair, here we go. And left. Nice work, everyone. If you're on the floor, you can go ahead and clear your mat and stand on up. We'll meet everybody in the chair in just a moment. Feel free to grab a sip of water if you need one. And we've been working this morning a lot on our legs. So we're going to transition into a couple of arm exercises next. So once you have your sip of water and you're back in your chair, we're going to start with just a few arm circles. Arms out to your side. And backwards. Good, and relax. Bring your right arm up and gently pull back till you feel a good stretch. Try to work on your posture. Sit up nice and tall for me. And switch. Good, we're gonna reach forward, down, up, and open 10 times. That's 1. Reach forward, down, up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's get our fingers warmed up. We're going to do 10 hand flicks. Make a fist for me and then flick them open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You're going to make a fist and open up your right arm. As we twist, you're going to flick open and then open again with that fist. Turn and flick. 2. We'll do 10 on this side together. Really flick open that hand. And we'll do 10 on the left now. Make a fist, turn and flick open. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and pause. Everybody sit up nice and tall for me. Make sure you're away from the back of your chair and you're using your back muscles to support you. Let's finish up our last 6 nice and strong with good posture. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice work. All right, we're going to bring your right arm down towards your side, and then you're going to reach up as high as you can in your pain-free range. And when you get to the top, I want you to stretch out those fingers and turn to look at it. And then you're going to bring it down again and up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's switch hands. So you're going to bring it down towards your opposite hip and then open up the hand and turn and look. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's do some punches together, our boxing moves. We're going to count just the odds of our cross punches. So we're going to do 20 of those. Count out loud just the odds. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. Good. All right, let's go ahead and do some uppercuts here. We're going to count just the evens. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Good. Let's do 10 hooks. We're going to count backwards from 10 all the way down to 1. Count all of them out loud with me. 1. Oh, I counted wrong. All right, let's start over. Starting with 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, we're going to combine our uppercut and our hook. So we're going to do 1 uppercut, 1 hook, and then we're going to go 1 uppercut with the left, 1 hook with the right. We won't count these ones, we'll just focus on the move. So starting with our uppercut on the right and our hook left. Halfway there. Last one. Good. All right, we're going to do a double jab. So each jab is going to count as 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to try to get into a rhythm with that, where you're at the same pace the whole time. Let's start with our right arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Let's go through that one more time. Count out loud with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, one more time. This time we're going to try to go a little bit faster. Count out loud with me again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're going to combine our cross punch and our uppercut. So you're going to go across with the right, uppercut with the right, and then you're going to go cross left, uppercut left. 10 of those. Here we go. Two more. Good. Our last round of punches, we're going to do a cross right, cross left, double forward right, double forward left. All right, so we're going to cross right, cross left, double jab right, double jab left, cross right, cross left, double jab right, double jab left. Nice job, everybody. Couple more here. Last one on the right, left, double jab right, double jab left. Good. All right, for our next set of exercises, go ahead and slip off your socks. We're gonna practice that toe yoga that we've been working on. If you are not familiar with what I'm talking about, I will teach you, it's no problem. So what you're gonna do, if you've mastered it in your chair, then I'd like you to stand up with me. But if you're still working on it in the chair, that's totally okay. But what you're gonna do is you're going to take off your socks. And then the goal is to keep your small toes down as your big toe comes up. And then keep your big toes down as the little toes come up. So we're gonna rock back and forth with that, either seated or standing. So the big toe comes up and then the little toes. And that's 1, big toe, little toe, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Give your feet a second to rest, and then we're going to go through that one more time. All right, starting with our big toes coming up, and then the little toes. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Go ahead and put your socks back on. And just a show of hands, how many people have a hard time with the toe yoga? Either you can't get the big toe to lift or you can't get the small toes to lift. Good. All right. So that looks like something we need to keep working on. Super important for not only balance, but also walking. The ability to isolate that big toe extension as you push off in your walking is really important. Alrighty, once you have your socks back on, we'll go ahead and finish up with some stretches here in the chair. So we'll start with the neck stretch. You're going to gently pull your head to one side, keeping good posture. And it's a side bend, not a rotation. Good, and relax. And then go ahead and switch. And relax. One more time with your right hand. And one more time with the left. Try to keep that shoulder down. And relax. The next stretch is a little more difficult, but you're going to take your hand and your fingers should be facing the back of your head. You're putting the hand on top of the head. You're going to sit up tall. You're going to turn your head towards the right and down into your armpit, almost like you're checking to see if you put deodorant on this morning. So you should be turning it towards the arm that is in the air with the fingers on your head. And you should be feeling a stretch down the left side of your neck if you're doing it correctly. And relax. Gonna take the left hand, fingers are gonna go facing towards the back of your head. You're gonna rotate and come down into the left armpit until you feel a good stretch on the right side of your neck. And relax. So both of the muscles that we are stretching right now, with that side bending stretch and the rotation one, are muscles that get tight when we don't have great posture. So when we're not in that power up position with our shoulders back, we tend to kind of bring those shoulders forward, which causes our head to also come forward. And that puts a lot of strain on the neck muscles. So we're going to do that one more time. Our right hand is going to come onto the head. Fingers are facing the back. You're going to rotate and come down into that right armpit until you feel a stretch in the left side of your neck. So the more that you rotate to the right and then pull down, the more stretch you'll feel. So that should be something that's uncomfortable but tolerable. You shouldn't have any sharp pain with stretching. And relax. And let's go ahead and do the left. Fingers are facing the back of the head. You're going to rotate and come down into the left armpit, keeping that right shoulder down till you feel a stretch in the right side of your neck. And relax. We're going to do a couple of shoulder rolls here. So we're going to just roll the shoulders forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And 10 backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring your hands behind your head if you're able. We're going to bend the elbows in, and then you're going to push them out and really stretch out that chest. 1, 2, we're going to do 5, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Let's end with 3 deep breaths together, feet apart, arms at your sides. Big deep breath in as the arms come up. Breathe out as the arms come down. Here we go. Deep breath in and out. In and out. One more in and out. I hope everyone has a great Thursday, and we will